My best clue as to the whereabouts of Varnus Reyne is the Shrine of Boethia. The problem is that I have no idea where that is. Fortunately, as a high-ranking member of the Mages Guild, I have access to some of the most knowledgeable people in a vast collection of books. Surely, if there's a place in Cyrodiil that can show me where the shrine is, it is here, in the Arcane University. I enter the archives and see Tarmina looking haggard as she always has since I first arrived. She's a remarkable woman, but with the investigation in the Mythic Dawn and the King of Worms, she has been tasked with many late nights, reading extremely dangerous texts. I feel bad having to ask more of her, but her knowledge could quite literally save Tamriel. Good morning, Mina, I say, hoping a positive tone will ease the burden I put on her. Ah, Salia, she says, smiling. Is it morning already? It is, I say sympathetically, and then, with an apologetic smile, jump right into what I need from her. I hate to ask more of you right now, but I need your help again. I'm trying to locate a Daedric artifact, but from what I've gathered, someone else has beat me to them here in Cyrodiil. Daedric artifacts? Does this have to do with Mehrunes Dagon and the Mythic Dawn? Tarmina looks at me worried. Salia, you're very talented, but I hope you know what you're doing getting mixed up with that lot. The rumors about them of late are terrible. I know, Mina, but I'm being careful, and I promise I'm not on their side. She nods. Okay, so you're looking for Daedric artifacts, but someone else is as well? How do you know they've already found them all? I was granted a meeting with Azura. She told me, along with some other clues about this person's identity. I was granted a meeting with Azura, and she told me about it, and along with some other clues about this person's identity. I also met with some cultists at the shrine of Clavicus Vile, and they confirmed that this person, Varnus Reyne, had visited them not long ago and received the mask from their lord. Remarkable. That one person is Remarkable. That one person is proving skilled enough to get boons from so many Daedric princes. I know. But unfortunately, that's making it harder for me to find an artifact. Now I have to find this man. The cultist at Vile's shrine told me that he was headed to Boethia's shrine in the east, but I haven't the slightest clue where that is. Ah, so what you need from me? Let me think. Ah, so that's what you need from me. Let me think. She looks past me at all the books lining the walls for a moment. If I remember correctly, there are 2 books that speak on its possible location. Modern Heretics, a relatively popular book, and The Refugee. Now, I've never personally looked to validate the location, but that is the best I can give you right now with all my other duties occupying me. That's all I needed. I grin. Thanks, Mina. You're the best, and I owe you another drink for this. Mina's eyes twinkle in amusement. Just make sure you stay alive to buy me that drink, Salia. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Oblivion. Here we are with Salia in the Mystic Archives, having just talked with Tarmina about possibly finding the location of Boethia's shrine. And she's given us a couple of clues. Modern Heretic and the Refugee. One second, guys. Sorry, I had an error come up for not anything related to recording, so it's for Adobe Audition. I guess I had 2 of them trying to open at the same time. Anyway, sorry about that. We're looking for the Refugee and Modern Heretics. So let's see if we've got either one of those books in here. Now, we have seen Modern Heretics before. So that one I'm pretty sure we can find either here or at the... oh, there it is. Modern Heretics. And I think we've we might have read this on somebody before, but we're going to read it again. Daedra worship is not prohibited by law in Cyrodiil. Primarily, this is a result of the Imperial Charter granted the Mages Guild, permitting the summoning of Daedra. Nonetheless, chapel and public opinion is so strongly against Daedra worship that those who practice Daedric rituals do so in secret. However, opinions about Daedra worship differ widely in the other provinces. Even in Cyrodiil, traditional opinions have changed greatly over the years, and some communities survive which worship Daedra. Some more traditional Daedra worshippers are motivated by piety and personal conviction. Many modern Daedra worshippers are motivated by a lust for arcane power. In particular, questing heroes of all stripes seek after the fabled Daedric artifacts for their potent combat and magical benefits. I personally have discovered one community worshipping the Daedra Lord Azura. Didn't we read this? This is how we found Azura, isn't it? Yes, we have. Yeah, we read this. This is how we found Azura's chapel. This one does not tell me where Boethia's shrine is. It tells us, yeah, where Azura's is. So that one's a no-go. Okay. So we gotta find the refugee, which I think is a much rarer book. Which is a problem. We have access to this stuff, so I might as well look. Fighters Guild history. Guide to Cheddar Hall. No, I mean the Guide to Cheddar Hall might actually have something. Cleansing of the Fane. About this book. Mana Marco, King of Worms. You know what? That's actually probably something we should read. Mana Marco, King of Worms by Horacles. O sacred Isle Artaeum, where rosy light infuses air, over towers and through flowers, gentle breezes flow, softly sloping green-kissed cliffs to crashing foam below. Always springtide afternoon housed within its border, this mystic mist protected home of the Sigic Order. Those counselors of kings, cautious, wise, and fair, 10 score years and 30 since the mighty Remen's fell. 2 brilliant students studied within the Sigic's fold. One's heart was light and warm, the other's dark and cold. The matter ladder, Mana Marco whirled in a deathly dance, his soul in bones and worms, the way of the necromance. Entrapping and enslaving souls, he cast a wicked spell. The former Galarian had magic bold and bright as day. He confronted Mana Marco beneath great Sephora Tower, saying, "Your wicked mysticism is no way to wield your power. Bringing horror to the spirit world, your studies must cease." Mana Marco scoffed, hating well the ways of life and peace. In return to his dark artistry, his paints, death and decay. O sacred Isle Artaeum, how slow to perceive the threat, when the ghastly truth revealed how weak the punishment. The ghoulish Mana Marco from the Isle of the Wise was sent. To the mainland dawns beauty, more death and souls to reap. You have found a wolf and sent the beast to the 2 flocks of sheep. Galarian told his masters, a terror on Tamriel has set. Speak no more of him, the sage cloaks of grey did say. 'Twas not the first time Galarian thought his masters callous, unconcerned for men and myrrh, aloof in their island palace. 'Twas not the first time Galarian thought 'twas time to build a new order to bring true magic to all, a mighty mages guild. But 'twas the time he left, at last, fair Artaeum's azure bay. Oh, but sung we have of Vanis Galarian many times before, how cast he off the Sigic's chains, bringing magic to the land. Throughout the years he saw the touch of Mana Marco's hand, through Tamriel's deserts, forests, towns, mountains, and seas, the dark grip stretching out, growing like some dread disease. By his dark necromancers, collecting cursed artifacts of yore, they brought to him these tools, mad wizards and witches, and brought blood, tainted herbs, and oils to his cave of sin. Sweet Akaviri poison, dust from saints, sheafs of human skin, toadstools, roots, and much more cluttered his alchemical shelf. Like a spider in his web, he sucked all their power into himself. Mana Marco, Worm King, world's first of the undying liches. Corruption on corruption, till the rot sunk to his very core. Though he kept the name Metamarco, his body and his mind were but a living, moving corpse as he left humanity behind. The blood in his veins became instead a poison acid stew. His power and his life increased as his fell collection grew. Mightiest were these artifacts, long cursed since days of yore. They say Galarian left the guild, calling it a morass, but untruth is a powerful stream, polluting the river of time. Galarian beheld Metamarco's rise through power sublime, to his mages and lamp knights, before my last breath. Face I must the tyranny of worms, and kill at last on death. He led them north, to cursed lands, to a mountain pass. Oh, those who survived the battle, say it's like was never seen, armored with magicka, armed with ensorcelled swords and axe. Galarian cried, echoing, Worm King, surrender your artifacts, and their power to me, and you shall live as befits the dead. A hollow laugh answered, You die first, Metamarco said. The mage army then clashed with the unholy force obscene. Imagine waves of fire and frost in the mountain shivers. Picture lightning arcing forth, crackling in a dragon's sigh. Like leaves the battle mages fly to rain down from the sky. At the necromancer's call, corpses burst from the earth to fight, to be shattered into nothingness with a flood of holy light. A maelstrom of energy unleashed, blood cascades in rivers. Like a thunderburst in blue skies, or a lion's sudden roar. Like sharp razors tearing over delicate embroidered lace. So at a touch did Galarian shake the mountain to its base. The deathly horde fell fatally, but heeding their dying cries, from the depths the thing they called Worm King did rise. Nirn itself did scream in the mages and necromancers' war. His eyes burning dark fire, he opened his toothless maw, vomiting darkness with each exhalation of his breath. All sucking in the fetid air felt the icy touch of death. In the skies above the mountain, darkness overcame pale. Then Metamarco, Worm King, felt his dismal powers fail. The artifact of death pooled from his putrid skeletal claw. 1,000 good and evil perished then, history confirms. Among, alas, vanished Galarian, he who showed the way. It seemed once that Metamarco had truly died that day. Scattered, it seemed the necromancers, wicked, ghastly fools. Back to the mages' guild, victors kept the accursed tools. Of him, living still in undeath, Metamarco, king of worms. Children, listen as the shadows cross your sleeping hutch, and the village sleeps away, streets emptied of the crowds, and the moon's dew balefully glare through the nightly clouds. And the graveyard's people rest, we hope, in eternal sleep. Listen, and you'll hear the whispered tap of the footsteps creep. Then pray you'll never feel the Worm King's awful touch. That was really good. I really like that. Makes me think I have no chance against this guy with those descriptions, but you never know. With a menace, response to bearer's speech. And you pick up some of these books. Okay, we'll check upstairs. These have books in them? No. Best root song. I don't think she's gonna have the refugee. Oh, I forgot to turn dialogue back on. Here we go.
Hello.
Oh, wow, we have a lot of books. Okay. Eastern Provinces, Frontier Conquest. Okay, Knights of the Nine. Excuse you. A lot of Real Baron Zaya's. Very popular book. Okay, it's probably... There's a lot of repeats here. Song of Pelennor. Bagger Baron Zaya. Song of Pelennor. Oh, they have a whole set here. It's good to know. Hanging Gardens. The Last King of the Aelids. Some interesting books. History of the Empire.
It is a privilege.
Becker Prince. Whole bunch of histories of the Empire. Whole bunch of Real Baron Zayas. Spellcraft, Mixed Tactics, Firmament, Tamrielic Lore. Book of the Daedra, Galarian the Mystic. Come on. What do we got in here? Spirits of the Daedra. What's that? Darkest Darkness. Temeric Lore. Yeah, it looks like these are all pretty basic books. For the most part. Which is 10 Commands, 9 Divines. Bunch of Myth and Menaces. Third Door. What do we got here? The Wild Elves, Liminal Bridges, Hanging Gardens. Damn. Okay, well, let's go to the rare bookstore and see if they have it. There's a bookstore in Shaden Hall as well. So we're going to be going to Shaden Hall anyway, so that could be our last hope. I was really hoping we'd have it here.
Looks like you're handy with a blade.
Thank you. That's okay. And if we don't find the refugee at either of the bookstores, then hopefully somebody in Shaden Hall can tell us more information. That's what we gotta hope for. I am recording, right? Okay. Just making sure. Yeah, the descriptions of Mana Marco is pretty crazy, and I think ESO kind of retcons that whole battle. My memory of how Mana Marco's story ends in ESO is a bit cloudy, in that I don't remember it at all. But I'm pretty sure it's not at the hands of Galarian. I'm pretty sure it's at the hands of, you know,
I'm not buying it.
me.
Hail, good
Or my character. I've thought about, I don't know if I've mentioned this. I probably have. I've thought about, you know, streaming like or recording either ESO or a SWTOR. I'd actually really like to do a SWTOR series, because I am kind of afraid that game's going to be shut down at some point in the relative near future. And I have so many great memories in that game. That's the big problem, is I've played it so much, is that, like, but I guess I've played this game a lot too, and redoing it, and I think this has been a pretty fun series. I think this series probably has some more lulls than maybe some other series. But I think overall, this has been a really fun series. I've enjoyed recording it anyway.
Have a look at my wares.
Do you have
I'm sure there's something to suit you.
I'm sure there is. Do you have a book called The Refugee? Let's see. It's either going to be under T or R. The Refugees. Perfect. 25 gold.
A pleasure to serve you.
Thank you, sir.
Be seeing you.
Alright, we're going to go sit over here and read. You really need to clean up your store, my man. Alright. The Refugees. Hi, skill up too. What skill did it raise? Light armor. That's actually huge. Okay, cool. Okay, where was it? The Refugees by Garros Albury. The smell of the bay oozed through the stones of... This is a 20-page book. Oh, man. All right. Let me have a sip of water first. All right, guys, get comfortable. Whew, here we go. The smell of the bay oozed through the stones of the cellar, salt and brine decay. The cellar itself had its own scents of old wine turned to vinegar, mildew, and the more exotic spices of herbs the healers had brought with them to tend to the wounded. There were more than 50 people squeezed into the big earthen room, which had once been forgotten storage for the brothel above. The groaning and whimpering had ceased for now, and all was still, as if the hospital had turned into a mass grave. "Mother," the Red Guard boy whispered. "What was that?" The boy's mother was about to answer him when there was another rolling rolling roar from outside, which grew louder and louder, as if some great but incorporeal beast had come into the cellar. The walls trembled, and the dust burst from the ceiling in a rain of powder. Unlike the last time, no one screamed. They waited until the weird, haunting sound had passed, and then was replaced by the soft rumble of the distant battle. A wounded soldier began whispering Mara's prayer from the doomed. Mankar, a Bosmer woman curled up in a cot hissed, her eyes feverish, flesh white, and wet with sweat. He is coming. Who is coming? Asked the boy, grasping his mother's skirt tightly. Who do you think, lad? The sweetsmonger? A grizzled one-armed Redguard growled. The Cameron usurper. The boy's mother shot an angry look at the old warrior. She doesn't know what she's saying. She's sick. The boy nodded. His mother was usually right. He had not yet even been born when people began whispering that the Cameron usurper was coming towards her little village, and she had packed up their belongings to flee. Their neighbors had laughed at her, she said, saying that Rihad and Teneth would handily defeat him. Her husband, Lukar's father, who he was never to meet, had also laughed at her. It was the harvest time, and she would miss out on the celebrations. But his mother, Miakel, was right. 2 weeks after she fled the village, she heard the tale that it had been obliterated during the night with no survivors. Rihad and Tanith had both fallen. The usurper was unstoppable. Lukar had been born and grown up in refugee camps throughout Hammerfell. He had never known a friend for more than a few days. He knew that when the sky burned red to the west, they would pack up and move east. When it burned to the south, they moved north. At last, after 12 years of moving from camp to camp, they had taken passage across the Iliac Bay to the province of High Rock and the barony of Dwinnen. There, Miakel had promised and hoped that they would have a peaceful, permanent home. It was so green there, it blinded him. Unlike Hammerfell, which is only green in certain seasons and in certain places, Dwinnen was verdant year-round, until wintertide, when it began to snow, and Lukar had been frightened of it at first. He was ashamed to think of it now, when there was real danger, but the red clouds of war, the stink and pain of the refugee camp, that was familiar. Now, the red sky was on the horizon of the bay and coming closer, and he longed for the day when a scattering of white made him cry. Mankar, the Bosmer woman cried out again. He is coming, and he will bring death. No one is coming, said a pretty young Breton healer, coming to the woman's side. Hush now. Hello? Came a voice from above. The whole room, almost together as one, gasped. A Bosmer limped down the shoddy wooden stairs, his friendly face very obviously not that of the Cameron usurper. Sorry if I frightened you, he said. I was told there was a healer here, and I could use a little help. Rosania hurried to take a look at the Bosmer's wounds on his leg and chest. Disheveled but still beautiful, she was one of the favorites at the brothel. She had learned her healing skill along with her more vocational skills at the House of Dubella. She carefully but quickly pulled the rent leather cuirass, chaucers, tassets, greaves, and boots off him, and placed them to the side while she examined the injuries. The old Redguard warrior picked them up and studied them. You were in the war? Next to it is probably a better way to put it. The Bosmer smiled, wincing slightly at Rosania's touch. Behind it, beside it, in front of it. My name's Orban Elmlock. I'm a scout. I try to avoid the real battle, so I can get back and report what I see. A good job for people who don't like the color of their own blood very much. Azim, said the warrior, shaking Orban's hand. I can't fight anymore, but I can fix up this armor if you're going to return. You're a leathersmith? Nah, just a jack of all trades, replied Hazim, opening up a small canister of wax to prep the hard but flexible leather. I could tell you were a scout from the armor, though. Can you tell us what you've been spying on? We've been down here for half a day now, with no word from the outside. The entire Iliac Bay is one great battlefield on the waves, said Orban, inside as Rosania's spell began to close his jagged but shallow wounds. We've shut off the invasion from the mouth of the bay, but I was coming from the coast, and the enemy's army is marching over the Rothgarian mountains. That's where I had my little scuffle. It's not too surprising, moving the flank in from the side, while the front battle's occupied. It's a play right out of Cameron Calto's book of tricks the Heart King borrowed. The Heart King? Lucar asked. He had been listening quietly, understanding everything except that. Haemon Cameron, the Cameron usurper. Haemon Heart King. They're all the same, lad. He's a complicated fellow, and needs more than one name. You know him? Miakel asked, stepping forward. Near on 20 years before this whole black bloody business. I was Cameron Calto's chief scout, and Haemon was his sorcerer and advisor. I helped them both when they were vying for the Cameron throne and began the conquest of Rosania had ceased her healing. With eyes of fury, she had reversed her spell, and the closed, mended wounds were opening again, dark infections returning. She held him with surprising strength when Orban tried to pull back. You bastard, the healer courtesan hissed. I have a cousin in Felinesti, a priestess. She's fine, Orban yelped. Lord Caltus was very adamant about not harming anyone who did not pose a threat. I think the people of Kavach would disagree with that assessment, said Hazim coldly. That was horrible. The worst thing I've ever seen, Orban nodded. Caltos wept when he saw what Haemon had done. My master did everything he could to stop it, begging the Heart King to return to Valenwood. But he turned on Caltos and we fled. We are not your enemy, and we have never been. Caltos could do nothing to prevent the horror that the usurper brought to the Colovian West and Hammerfell. And he has fought for 15 years to prevent more. The frightened bestial roar passed through the cellar again, even louder than before. The wounded could not help groaning in helpless terror. And what is that? Mikhail sneered. Another Cameron Caltos' tricks that the usurper picked up? It is indeed a trick, as a matter of fact, Orban yelled above the screech. It's a phantasm he employs to scare people. He had to use fear tactics in the beginning when his power was ascending, and he has to fall back on them now for his power is waning. That is why it took him 2 years to conquer Valenwood, and another 13 and a half to conquer Hammerfell. No offense to you, Red Guards, but it isn't only your battle prowess that has been holding him back. He does not have the support he used to have from his master. The echoing roar increased in intensity before once again falling silent. Mankar, the Bosmer woman groaned. He comes, and he will destroy all. His master? asked Lucar, where Orban's eyes had gone to the Bosmer woman, curled up in her blood-soaked cot. Who is she? Orban asked Rosania. One of the refugees, of course, from your friendly little war in Valenwood before you and your Caltos changed sides, the healer replied. I think her name is Callus. By Geoffrey. Orban whispered under his breath, limping over to the woman's cot and wiping the sweat and blood-streaked hair from her pallid face. Callus, it's Orban. Do you remember me? How did you get here? Did he hurt you? Mankar, Callus moaned. That's all she said Rosania. I don't know what that is, Orban frowned. Not the usurper. Though she knew him too. Very well. She was a favorite of his. His favorites, you, Caltos, her, all seem to turn against him, said Miakel. That is why he will fail, replied Hazim. Armored footfall rang along the ceiling, and the cellar door burst open. It was the captain of Baron Othric's castle guard. The docks are on fire. If you want to live, you'll need to take refuge at Castle Whitemore. We need help, Rosania called back, but she knew that the guards were needed for defense, not to help carry the sick to safety. With 10 guards who could be spared and the most able-bodied of the wounded assisting, the cellar was emptied as the streets of Dwynnon filled with smoke and fire began to spread through the chaos. It had been a single fireball miscast out at sea, striking the docks, but the damage would be tremendous. Some hours later, in the courtyard of the mighty castle, The healers were able to set up the cots and begin to tend once again to the suffering of the innocent. The first person Rosanya found was Orban Elmlock. Even with his wounds reopened, he had helped carry 2 of the patients into the castle. "I'm sorry," she said, as she pressed her healing hands onto his wounds. "I lost my temper. I forgot that I'm a healer." "Where is Callus?" Orban asked. "She's not here?" Rosanya said, looking around. "She must have run away." "Run away? But wasn't she injured?" "It was not a healthy situation, but new mothers can surprise you with what they can do when it's all over." "She was pregnant?" Orban gasped. "Yes, it wasn't such a difficult birth in the end. She was holding the boy in her arms when I saw her last. She said she had done it herself." "She was pregnant," Orban murmured again. "The mistress of the Cameron usurper was pregnant?" Word quickly spread throughout the castle that the battle was over, and more than that the war was over. Haemon Cameron's forces had been defeated at sea, and in the mountains, the Heart King was dead. Lucar watched down from the battlements into the dark woods that surrounded Dwinnen. He had heard about Callus, and he imagined a desperate woman fleeing with her newborn baby in her arms into the wilderness. Callus would have nowhere to go, no one to protect them. She and her baby would be a refugee, like Michael and him had been. Reflecting back, he remembered her words. He is coming, and he will bring death. He will destroy all." Lucar remembered her eyes. She was sick but not afraid. Who was this he who was coming if the Cameron usurper was dead? "Did she say nothing else?" asked Orban. "She told me the baby's name," Hasanya replied. "Mankar." Dude. What a book to pick up. Oh my god. So it's Mankar Cameron, the guy who we're hunting. Holy crap. That's crazy. I don't think it revealed the location of Boethia's shrine though. Which, this is why you don't trust AI, guys. Or maybe it did. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. Yeah, it didn't. Okay, don't trust AI, guys, because it told me that those books would show me the location, and it did not. So damn it. But man, what a read anyway. Mankar Cameron is the son of Haemon? Was it Hayden or Haemon? Whatever, the usurper. Interesting. I always wondered if there was a connection between them. Huh. That's crazy. Okay, well. I didn't get the information we needed from it, though. So, I guess we're just gonna have to ask Cheydinhal. And I don't owe Tarmina a drink now, because she did not lead me to a book that told me the location of Boethia's shrine. That book didn't even, mention Boethia. So, I don't know what the hell that was. Maybe I misread the answer that I was given. Alright, but we can walk across the water here. Let's put our helmet on. Aquatic Transcendence. And we'll just hop on down to the waterway here and across there. Yeah, we can walk down here. No worries. That was an enjoyable read. I did enjoy that read. I think the skill books probably have the best stories within them. I think a lot of the more basic books are kind of just little quick primers into the world. That story had some meat to it. I liked it a lot. Of course, those stories are a lot longer too, which is somewhat of the problem with reading all the books. And we are going to read more books in the coming chapters. Hell, that might just be either Salia or Inaris' goal once they finish whichever one finishes their main quest first. Maybe they'll just start collecting knowledge. Salia, I feel would be actually pretty perfect for that. To arms. I need a poison, please. And
your presence here will not be tolerated.
that should kill you. killed you pretty quickly, damn. Take that Daedric dagger. Thank you very much. And that Daedric bow. Actually, I do need lockpicks too, so I'll take that. Alright. So we do know where Vermina's shrine is, though. So I guess we could stop by there real quick and see if they have any information on Varnus Reyne. I suppose we could take a look. It's not too far off, right? Yeah. Just mark that. Yeah, let's go take a peek over here. Since I know that the shrine is here, and if this man really visited all the shrines already, maybe they can give me more information about him. Although, if I remember, Vermina's not the most forthcoming of Daedric princes, like the two I've met already. Hello. He's really prowling. Okay. Do I have anything to charge my dagger? Dagger charge is... Can you charge? 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 No. Okay, so we need to... Do I have... I'm assuming I have a spell for this. I hope I do. Then we have a lot of stuff. What is this? Seductive Charm? Where's that from? Oh, it's just an illusion spell. Maybe I don't. I think maybe that's this character's kind of flaw. It's like she doesn't have mysticism, right? So she can't soul trap. And I don't have a weapon that soul traps, as far as I'm aware of, anyway. Okay, should be getting closer. There it is. Oh man, that's such a cool statue. They did a great job on the statues. Excuse me, sir.
Who are you? Who dares to walk in the House of Shadow? What business do you have with the Lord Vermina?
Sorry to, interrupt you, I guess, but I'm looking for an individual, and I think he visited the shrine at some point in the last few months. His name would have been Varnus Reyne. He's collecting Daedric artifacts. You know anything about him? Ah, yes. Varnus Reyne. Know of him? Yes, he visited months ago. Received the favor of Our Lady. Do you have any idea where he could be now? No, and I don't care to know. Leave us. Alright. Thank you.
We watch and wait.
Alright. Damn. Yeah, didn't get much information from them, but it's just more confirmation that this man likely has indeed gotten all available artifacts. Man. Like, searching for a needle in a haystack here. Well, if he visited Vermina's shrine and Azura's shrine and Boethia's shrine, it stands to reason that he has visited Cheydinhal. So hopefully I'll find some information about him here. Oh, I see a dude up here. A couple of them. Do I see a couple of them? Or just the one? I think I just see the one. We don't have a charge, so this might not kill him. That did. Okay. That's good. Daedric bow. Oh, and a lockpick. Perfect. Oh, I can take my helmet off. There we go. Alright, Cheydinhal. Hello, sir.
State your business.
Yes, hi. I'm looking for an individual. I don't know if he's passed through here or not. His name's Varnus Reyne. Varnus Reyne? Know him? Everyone in Cheydinhal knows him. Really? Is he here? That I'm not so sure about, but What business do you have with him? I guess business? It's just business. Transactional business. I need to potentially buy something from him. Why is he so famous here? You don't know? Huh. He's the hero of Chedenhall. See that Oblivion gate out there? He went in there with the Count's son. Came back, the only one, unfortunately. God's rest. The Count's son. I forget his name. Sorry. Yes. But no, he's the hero of Chedenhall. Doesn't come out much. Local boy, though. Okay. Yeah, he's got a house in town that he just recently bought. Might be able to try there, though I don't believe he's in town. And the servants in the castle might know more about him. Thank you, sir. Sure thing.
Take care.
Yeah. I obviously didn't have that one scripted. Okay. Guy might, it's he had a heavy lunch full of alcohol.
Well met.
Well met. Okay, so this is his hometown. So that's good. And he's got a house here. Said his house was over on the south side of town. All right. Well, I guess I should check that out first before I start asking about. I also said the servants in the castle and the beggars. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go up to the castle first. Apparently the Count's son was close to him or something.
Yes?
Let's see.
You have the hands of an illusionist.
Thank you. I wish I knew the title of the guy here. I guess he's maybe like the porter or the steward. Or just, I don't know, a servant.
How about mixing up some potions?
Hello, my lord.
I'm sorry. Although I wish to spend time speaking with you, I have much business to attend to. Please be brief.
I will. I'm looking for a man named Reyne. Varnus Reyne, yes, we know of him here. He helped save the town from the Oblivion Gate along with my subparted son. My condolences. Do you have any idea where I can find him? He has a house in town on the south side. Other than that, no, he tends to travel frequently. Rarely is he in town for more than a couple of days before he's gone again. He doesn't have a whole lot of friends, although he does spend a lot of time here in the castle with our steward, or servant, the Khajiit. Does the Khajiit have a name? I don't concern myself with the names of servants, but he has a room just down the hall on the right. Feel free to ask him about it. Thank you, my lord.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you. Alright, down the hall on the right, up here. Hello.
Afternoon. You wear the shadows well, fellow thief.
You're a fellow thief as well. My man, how's it going? Good. Listen, what's your name? Rockaneer? Rockaneer, listen, I heard that you might know a man named Varnus Reyne. Yes, Varnus Reyne, I know him. He's a good friend of mine, actually. We train often together. Really, can you tell me about him? Perhaps you are a member of the guild. What is your business with Mr. Reyne? I don't mean him any harm. I have some business transactions. Or business, I guess I need to buy things from him. He's in possession of things that I need. Do you promise that you do not mean to harm him? Of course not, no. Very well. There's not much I can tell you about Mr. Reyne. He's very secretive about what he does for a living. A very strange fellow. Quite the fighter, though. I will tell you that he's very rarely ever seen during the day. If you catch my drift. I'm afraid not. What do you mean? He's a vampire. A vampire? Shh, quiet. Yes, a vampire. How do you know this? Like I said, we are close friends. And sometimes when his cravings are too much, I allow him to partake in my blood. You'd what? It's not so bad, really. He's quite gentle. Okay, sure. Is there any way I can find him? He does have a new house in town, but he rarely is there. The other place is... There's an abandoned house in the west, and a well behind it. He often spends much time there, but be careful. It is not a safe place. Is there anything else you can tell me? I'm afraid not. If you see him again, can you let him know that I'm looking for him? My name's Salia. Salia. Yes, I will. Where would he be able to find you? I guess I'm kind of on the move a lot too. Best bet would be the Arcane University. Very well. Thanks, Rakanar. Of course.
Shadow hide you.
Shadow hide you as well. A vampire. Oh my god, okay. Guess that life, love, and blood makes a lot of sense then. Or was it life and blood? I don't remember. I should have written down that damn riddle. Curse Zora for even giving me a riddle. Okay, so he travels a lot. So he might not even be in town right now, but he's got a house in the south. And I guess he spends a lot of time in an abandoned place. I guess it makes sense if he's a vampire. He needs somewhere to lay low. And this house seems like a recent development. I guess we'll check the house first.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You're a sneaky-looking sort.
Well, rude. Okay, so one of these houses? Locked. Hello? Mr. Reyne? Are you home? Hey.
Can I help you?
Yeah, have you seen Varnus Reyne? Do you know if he's home? Afraid not. I'm pretty sure he's out of town at the moment. Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. You too. I don't want to break into his house, although he might have the Daedric artifacts in there. Damn it. Well, let's check this abandoned house first. I really don't want to steal from him. But I will if I have to. Okay. No. This looks like an abandoned house here. Okay. Boarded up. Let's just open this up. Well, definitely abandoned. Wonder why. Hello? Varnus Reyne? A book. The Waters of Oblivion. Hello? Is anybody here? Check the basement. Maybe if I find his coffin or something? That's the thing vampires hide in, right? Okay, we got... looks like a tunnel. Hello? I'm just here to talk. Whoa. Okay. Oh, this is ominous. Ancient door to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary.
What is the color of night?
Who said that? The mysterious voice poses a question. Say nothing and walk away. Huh, it won't budge. Some sort of passphrase? It's the hand of the Dark Brotherhood. Oh, God. This guy is a holder of what is it, 9, 10 Daedric artifacts, a vampire, and a member of the Dark Brotherhood? Who the hell am I dealing with here? Oh my... Okay. Definitely am thinking it's probably not a good idea to steal from this person. I'm a powerful person and I have powerful enemies already, but probably not a good idea to try and make more powerful enemies. Rakanar said there was a well out back. I don't know. Guess we should check out the well. I mean, if that's going underneath the house, the well looks like it might... Looks like it goes pretty deep down there. It's locked, though. That's alright. I gotta figure it out. Okay, let's break in. It's a Dark Brotherhood sanctuary? Shit. I mean, if it is the Dark Brotherhood, they'll know where he's at, more likely, right? Okay. Alright, I've picked the lock. Okay. What's that? Hello? Varnus? Holy sh... Oh my god. It's a bloodbath. What happened here? Who are these people? Dark Brotherhood's... These are Dark Brotherhood assassins. Oh my god. Varnus. I think he's human. He's definitely human, right? And a vampire? Okay, so that should help me narrow it down. Oh my god, another dead. Who could have killed all these assassins? It doesn't even seem like there's much of a struggle. It's almost like they were assassinated themselves. Hello? Hello? Oh, there's a stone bed. Seems very vampire-like. Here's a... Oh no. A human. Check his teeth and his eyes. He looks like a vampire. Fuck, he's dead. Oh, what is this? I just completely broke character there for a second. I'd never known about this. Okay, we'll check that out in a second. Is this Varnus Reyne? God. Maybe there's some sort of indicator. Vicente's note to Chiva. Who are these people? Damn that young fool Antoinette and her experimental recipes. As if the stench of her cooking weren't bad enough, last week she made a particularly offensive dish consisting of mandrake, onions, and garlic. Garlic! I've told her repeatedly of the danger this plant poses to me, but she has obviously not heeded my warnings. It is strange, this reaction I have to garlic. In all my wanderings and all my research, I've never encountered another vampire thusly affected. Okay, so this guy's a vamp. Okay. It is true that some popular lore holds that all vampires have an inherent weakness to garlic, but this is simply not the case. My situation, as far as I can tell, is unique. If I were to somehow come into contact with garlic, if it in some way came to be on my person, the results could be catastrophic. I would most certainly suffer from a loss of strength and stamina, and fear my resistance to magic would be nearly completely nullified. So please, Ochiva, as mistress of this sanctuary, I beg you to keep Antoinetta on a tighter leash. I love her as a sister, of course, but I cannot be held accountable for my actions, should she continue to disgrace my own personal safety. Disregard my own personal safety. The tenets clearly state that one family member may not kill another, but I don't need to remind you there is no restriction against draining Antoinetta of a few pints of precious life's blood. Vicente. Okay, well, I mean, if this is Vicente's room, then this is probably Vicente? I guess it makes sense if there might be two vampires here. break open this chest. Here we got a bottle of human blood. Sleeping slab. Okay, well, if we assume that's this Vicente character and not Varnish Reyne, then there's still some hope. Although, I guess if it was Varnish Reyne, that would actually make my life easier, because then we just have to search through all of his things to find a Daedric artifact. Okay, let's check in here. I doubt he's here with all these dead bodies. Another one. Yeah, you don't look like you're Varnus. Training room. Okay. I wish I had a better description of this man. I suppose if worst comes to worst, I could always carry the body to somebody who's met Varnus and ask. Although I guess I could just ask for a description of him from Rakanar. Okay, we got a rat down here. Okay, it doesn't seem hostile. Okay, I guess they had a pet rat that survived. Shopping list. A letter. Just a love letter. Okay. Looks like there's a sleeping quarter, so these are other sleeping chests. Personal chests, so I guess if anywhere is gonna have artifacts within here, this would be the spot. Storm ring, I'll take that. Seems like everybody's dead here, so. There we go. No Daedric bow. Black Arrow Volume 2. That's Venetta's chest. Interesting that she had the worst chest. Garlic! It's funny. Damn, no Daedric artifacts here. I guess it could be in any box. Damn it, there's nothing here. Okay. Well, I don't see another person fitting his description of the bodies. Probably should report this too. Oh, God. Ah, the stench is pretty bad in here. They've been dead probably at least a couple days. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to Rakanar and see if he can confirm whether that's Varnus or Vicente. Okay.
How are you?
I'm good. Sorry if I smell bad. There's a bunch of bodies in the well. Okay. This is getting dark. This guy's... I don't know who he is. But if he's... I don't know how he's up. I don't know who killed those members of the Dark Brotherhood, but... if he's the only survivor, suspicion's probably gonna rest on his shoulders. Man. Hey, Rakanar. You in here? Damn it. Where'd he go? Rakanar? Damn it. Guess we could go to the Shrine of Boethia, too.
Well met.
We still have that lead. Although those corpses seem pretty fresh. I don't know. Could break into his house. Seems like maybe that's going to be the best course of action.
Hi there.
Rakanar, there you are.
You wear the shadows well, fellow thief.
Thank you. Listen. Okay, there's no guards around. Your friend, Varnus, he's a member of the Dark Brotherhood. Ah, yes. Shh. Quiet. Yes, I know. Okay. Well, I went down into the sewers. Or the well. Behind the abandoned house. They had a sanctuary there. Everyone was dead. What? Everyone. There was no one left alive except some rats. Except for the rats. Did you see Varnus? I don't know. There was a vampire there. I don't know what Varnus looks like, though. He had long black hair. Very pale. Very high, broad cheekbones. No. That does not sound like Varnes. Varnes is blonde, boyish. Okay. I didn't see anybody like that there. When was the last time you saw him? A few days ago. And that seems like when these bodies probably were killed. These people were killed. You don't think? I don't know. I don't know the guy. Do you think he'd kill them? No. Maybe. He doesn't seem like somebody who would kill some people that he lived with. I don't know, Rakanar. I don't know. Once the sun goes down, I'm going to break into his house, though. You must be careful. I will. Remember, if you see him, let him know I'm looking for him, and be careful. Rakanar will. Shadow hide you.
Shadow hide you.
Good luck with... It looks like you're about to steal, so good luck. Okay, sun is setting. Oh man, gotta be prepared to fight a potentially very powerful vampire, able to potentially take out a Dark Brotherhood sanctuary, or at least survive the massacre there. He's a vampire, and he's got Daedric artifacts, so he could be extremely powerful. Let me ask around about Boethia's shrine while it's still daylight.
Porbak gra uzgash. We've got everything the adventurer needs. I'm an old adventurer myself, and I know what's wanted.
That's good. Can you tell me about Cheddar?
I'm retired from adventuring, but you might try the old mine they call Rickety Mine out east along the Blue Road. Another possibility in that direction might be Kemen. It's an old Ayleid ruin. You might also look at Quickwater Cave to the north. I cleared it out, but I haven't been there in years. It might have new tenants.
No, I'm hoping for more Daedric shrines.
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
Okay, well I have these bows for you.
That's
Definitely have enough money
Drive a hard
to pay him. What else did we get? We have 2 storm rings now. Don't need 2 of them. Okay. You don't happen to have alchemical ingredients, right? No. I'll take those lockpicks, though.
an excellent deal.
Alright.
Come back and see me again.
I will. Thank you.
Good day.
Okay. You can try the Mages Guild, too. They might know more about the Daedric shrines in the area. There's a bookstore here, too. Maybe we can find a book on Daedric? I doubt it. If Tarmina didn't know any other books, I doubt... Wait, what do I hear? Nernroot.
Your reputation precedes you, gate closer, scourge of Oblivion, hero of Kavach.
Damn, I like that. I like you. Invest.
I would gladly let you...
Tell me about Cheddar.
Imperials hate Dark Elves. Dark Elves hate Imperials. Imperials hate that a no-name Lalu trader got made into a count. Andal Indurus doesn't help his case by having a prat for a son and a wife that dies in very suspicious circumstances. Our Dark Elves left Morrowind to get away from the church and state, and they don't like it when Imperials get all holy and patriotic with them. Of course, local Dark Elves tend to be money-grubbing, alcoholic lowbrows with little education or culture. Since I read a lot and speak well and don't drink brandy from milk pails, I guess I qualify as an Imperial. But on the whole, I like Shadenhall's Dark Elves better than I like the Imperials. So, go figure.
Damn, that was a lot of information. Also, didn't his son just die?
What can I interest you in?
Kind of cruel. Oh no. There'd be anything in here that would help. Anything that says Boethia in it, maybe? Nah. Okay.
Be seeing you.
Okay. let's go ahead and head to the Mages Guild. And then during the night, we'll head over to his house.
How goes it?
It goes. Hello.
Good day.
Good day. Danger Shrines? Oh, wait, I do need a recharge,
Keep your
actually.
magical equipment charged.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Let's see if there's any... Hey, Dietzen.
Well met.
Go, Matt. No.
Be seeing you.
Even a small bit of good news is refreshing in these grim times. I salute your courage.
I'm not the same. No, that wrong guy. That's who I'm looking for, actually. No.
Bye.
Wait, Daedra
It's my-
Colts.
Daedra cults aren't the Azure.
Yeah, I guess I've already looked at that. Okay, no, nobody knows. Damn it. Am I just gonna have to wander the wilderness looking for Boethia's shrine? That's annoying. Okay, well, we've got a few hours before I'm gonna go and try and break into this guy's house. So let's go ahead and get some rest. And that's where we're gonna end the episode, guys. Gonna sleep for like 5 hours. Probably, I guess we should probably actually try and break in during the day. I guess it doesn't matter though. Day or night, like it's inside. Oh yeah, you can sleep there, either way. But yeah. In the next episode, we're gonna break into Reyne's house and see if there's anything in there. Or I guess we're gonna try to break into his house. We might not succeed. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.